use materials and plants that are native to Virginia. There's a brick my family gave for me, which is
the pavers.
Nice.
We'll talk
Yes.
about those in just a second after we get through the pictures. Okay. Now the pavers. Will you tell us about the pavers, the individual
bricks. Yeah,
bricks?
Well, the garden really survives because and thrives through private donations, and the bricks are one of the main ways that we do that. And we don't have restrictions per se on the bricks. There are a number of bricks that are in the garden that are that may be cancer related. There are a number of that may not be, but they're things that people are celebrating life. And for example, I have had 2 golden retrievers pass away from cancer, and I put bricks in the garden for both of them, and they're near each other. But it's how people can put in whatever their individual messages are. We'll put a brick in the garden this year for the EC Glass team for their season of awareness as part of
That's great.
recognition of what they tried to do. When we have our golf tournament, which we have, that's our flagship signature fundraising event. Just, really do one a year. Last year we did 2. But for the most part we do one a year, and we always put a brick in the garden for the winning team.
I think that's great.
The golf tournament.
Your dogs, I noticed a paver that said for our 4-pod angel.
That's
Is that
exactly
one of yours?
Right. Yeah, Bailey and Zoe, both of them say 4-pod angel.
And then on your website, there's a film that runs on your website, and there's a couple, and she's holding a dog, and they both ring the bell, and I thought that was because the dog has cancer. And
I'm not sure about that, but that would not at all surprise me, because it affects the animals too, as we know.
Right. The garden is funded basically, you said, by donations, and I read on your website about a golf tournament that's a fundraiser.
I'll talk while you get that
Okay.
back on. The golf tournament is our major annual fundraiser, and we have it each October, and we have it on the first Monday in October is when the tournament itself is, and on Sundays we usually have an event where folks get together for dinner the night before. We've been very lucky that people have supported it. There are a lot of golf tournaments in Lynchburg.
Right.
A lot of nonprofits use that as a vehicle for fundraising, and so we're just lucky that people continue to come back to it. We did have one year that we had the tournament. We had Curtis Strange come and play, and so
cool.
that didn't hurt things. He sort of put us on the map with the tournament. But we try to really help people have a good time and get businesses to support.
Anybody can participate in this
Anybody
golf
can participate.
tournament.
We usually fill up pretty quickly, so we try to get the entry forms out there early. And
What kind of money do you make?
Off the
golf tournament?
Yeah. That has varied year to year. In the last year, we were just very glad that we made some money off of it, with the economy being as it is. But it is our primary event, and it helps us to make sure that really keep the garden looking nice and in good condition. And so.
If you want to purchase a brick, is there a time limit that you have to meet for like a 2010 brick purchase?
There is. We do bricks, install bricks, and we have a celebration with it. We do a dedication of the bricks twice a year. And we do it in May and we do it in October. And so for May's bricks, the deadline for ordering a brick is April the 15th. And so they go in the end of May. I think we have extended that. Our website says we've extended that, but to April the 15th. So we have to get them engraved and get them placed, and then have a celebration. In October, it'll be backed up about 6 weeks from then is when you need to get bricks done, towards the end of the summer. So we just do it twice a year.
Do you have an idea of how many dedicated bricks that you have?
I do. We and I'm gonna refer to mine quickly because I don't want to get this wrong. We have just over 1,500 engraved bricks in the garden.
That's
and that may sound like a lot, but we have plenty of space.
I was going to say, and there's still plenty of room.
Yeah, there's still plenty of room for it. It's not overcrowded, and we do have a notebook in the kiosk that Centra gave to us. That Centra placed the kiosk in the garden, so we can have informational material. And the notebook gives you a guide, all the bricks that are in the garden and where they are placed. There's sort of a schematic so you can find your brick.
I think that's, I just think it's special, you know, to go and look and see bricks that are dedicated to people that you know, and I think it's a really neat thing. If somebody wanted to make a donation to the garden, you all are a 501c3.
We are.
You are. How would you go about making a donation?
I try to direct people to the website as much as possible.
It's a wonderful website, by the way.
And it's, thank you, but it is also, our new website's under construction. So we have a new website coming this year, actually sooner versus later, and been very fortunate to have somebody help us with that. But because what we want to do is we want to make it easier and to answer your question for people to be able to donate.
Right.
Right now, the way we're set up is you go to the website, which is Awareness Garden, just as it sounds, spelled just as it is, .com, and you can download a form, mail in your donation with the form. And what we will have shortly is the ability for you to use your credit card and to do it online. Many people prefer that and favor that. They get those frequent flyer miles, etc.
We have about 1 minute left. And I wanted to ask you if you had a guess of approximately how many people go through the garden per year.
This is just a guess because we have not used a clicker counter, but based on what there, it's well over 10,000 in the course of a year, because the garden itself is open 365 days a year, and believe it or not, on the coldest days you will find people at the garden.
I'm sure.
Raining, snowing, because people of course use the trail to exercise.
Sure.
And they will stretch there or rest there, drink water there. So.
And I think once you've been there, you just want to go back. It's a restful, peaceful place.
Yeah.
I thank you so much,
Thank
Leslie,
you
for being my guest, telling our audience about this beautiful place that has history, and it's dedicated to people who really put up a fight.
Thank you. And congratulations to you on your survivorship.
Thank you. And you too.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I hope you've enjoyed this show. We have a lot of good stuff coming up as we get into this new year. If you have any comments, please contact us at our email, lynchburglivenow@aol.com. Thank you very much. Have a good evening. We appreciate your watching. Good night.